Hi guys and welcome to my channel. So today we are going to talk about how can you connect with your guides and angels and what are the different ways to connect with them. And before I start, there is a message that I have for you guys. This is page of this is Knight of Cups. So there is a message that they reminded me that I should share with you while I was doing this. This is a mini deck that I have. So I just got it today. So I just wanted to keep on shuffling this. So while I was doing my Hindi video, I was just asking what is the message that everyone should get, and I got a message which I'm not been able to kind of specifically do it for you guys because Sushant doesn't want that to happen right now. But I have a message where the cards that I got was Justice, Seven of Wands, Magician, and Two of Pentacles. This was the first set of cards that I got, and these are very tiny cards. I'm not sure how much you will be able to see, but when you look at this card, first Justice, we all know that we are thinking about justice. Second, the card is Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is a card which is about standing your ground. And if you see this card, there are few wands that are coming towards this person which have flowers on it, and some which are not like the good ones. So they don't have flowers on it. So you're getting very mixed messages, and he's saying that whether a lot of mixed messages, or the cards or angels are saying that where a lot of mixed messages are coming your way, you need to stand your ground. You need to not give up, or you need not to think about which one is true or not. Just stand your ground. The card is of Magician, which is saying a communication or a divine intervention is about to happen. The communication will come and divine intervention will happen. There's a card of Two of Pentacles which is saying there is still a little more juggling, there's still a little more time, and you just have to have patience and keep on juggling with the things that we are doing, with the fight that we are doing. There are two ships behind, if you see, and there is a storm that has started already. So the storm has already started, but it is not reached. So this person who's juggling with these, he doesn't know that there's a storm behind him, but the action has already started. And then there came a card of Five of Wands, which is internal struggle or fight which has already started. Then there were two cards that came, which was Six of Swords and the World card. So basically, if you see, finally the water has become calm. There is a ship here also, and sorry, this is the World card. So yeah, the water has become calm. There is a boat here also, and finally the moon has come and they are going towards calm waters. And then there is World card, where everything is coming out, the truth is coming out, and everything is coming out to the world. So 21. So that is why just have patience, guys, and I will put this, I don't know if I'll put this as a separate video or not, but I want you to have this message, and whoever is meant to have this message probably will watch this video and have the message. So this is what I got. So today we are going to talk about angels and guides. How do you connect with them? I've already made a video where I've spoken about who are angels and guides, and if you really need to follow archangels or not, and what are the different guides or angels that are available. Six of Pentacles, whatever, yeah, like I said, that whoever deserves to see this will see this. I don't have to put it as separate videos. Okay, so you always have your angels and guides around us, and that video will clarify that for you. I will put the link in the description box in this video. Now, how do you connect with those angels and guides? The first step for connecting with those angels and guides is faith. So you need to have faith. Only when you have faith is when you will be able to even connect with them or think of them. And why faith is necessary? Because faith is what kind of gets us out of our mind zone of finding logic or thinking or questioning everything. So faith is our soul trait. So when you have faith, you will be able to connect with your angels and guides. And when you are doing that, you need not to doubt it. So you need not to ask for, give me this signal if you are around, give me that signal if you are around. We have a tendency, we all do that. Even I do that sometimes. We all have tendency to do that. But you'll have to balance, you'll have to kind of believe in yourself, and you have to not question this process. So there is Eight of Swords. So you don't have to feel blindfolded. You don't have to feel that things are not working out. You don't have to feel that I'm stuck, there is no angel and guide around. No, they are always around. Have faith. That's the first step. Second step is make a choice. Make a choice means there are like thousands, or no, there is actually million, billion, multi-billion guides and angels that are, or angel souls that are around, right? So you have to make a choice. Who do you want as your angel and guide? So this Queen of Cups, there is Hierophant. So basically, which kind of energy you want as your angel or guide? It can be somebody who's passed, moved away to the other world, and you were very attached to it. You can imagine your angel or guide like that. It can be a god, it can be an archangel, it can be anybody you believed in, but somebody who's moved on to the other side. You can think of your guide and angel in that particular, in one particular shape, figure, or a way, because that will be easy for you to connect with. It will be easy for you to imagine, it will be easy for you to connect with that energy, and for that energy also it will be easy to take a shape or take a form to kind of connect with you, or let you know that they are around. So that way it will be easy for you to connect. It can be anybody at all, but somebody who's passed on to the other side. So it has to be only somebody who's passed on to the other side, and you can actually kind of think about it and then imagine that person or that soul as your angel or guide. When the next step, but why it is necessary to kind of give them a shape or size, and because then otherwise you will think of something at one point, then you'll think of something at the other point, your mind will kind of make you confused about it, and then you'll lose your faith. So that is why. So meditation, second step is meditation, and it's a process that needs patience, so you will have to have patience. Second step is meditation. And how do you meditate? I've already shared a video that if you have time, how can you meditate? If you don't have time, how can you meditate? Also, I've shared a video which are the myths about meditation we follow and we should not be following. So I will share the link here. So third step is meditation. Now when you're starting meditation, and the card that we saw came of patience, that is why don't force it. So what happens is, when we start meditation, we start thinking, am I connected? Is my guide here? Is my angel saying something? And and when we don't see that, we start to force it. We want to kind of see it, so we start to force it. What happens with that is, when we are forcing it, we start becoming very, very negative about it. We start becoming anxious about it. And these are all negative traits. We don't have to get into that zone. So don't force it. Your soul has decided when it has to happen for you, how much meditation, how much connect with yourself you'll need before that happens. And unless you reach there, it won't happen. That is why meditation is going to be important, and not forcing it, having patience, is going to be equally important. Then the next and the very important step is to leave your fears and doubts, because what happens is, when you want to connect with your angels, you have that doubt, and I've seen many people getting into that doubt, the Hanged Man, thinking that what if some negative energy comes, what if somebody negative connects with me, what if I'm overpowered by a negative soul or a negative guide. No, it doesn't happen. I've already done a video on how can you deal with this, and are there negative energies really. But what you need to do is, you set up your intention of connecting only with light, and second, put a safety circle. No negative energy can come into the safety circle, and when you have set the intention of only connecting to the light, no negative energy will come there. It's a free will that you have. So connect with only light, and you will connect with only light. So you don't have to kind of think negative. Five of Cups, focus on what you have, focus on the positives. You will only have what you actually focus on. So if you focus on grief, you'll see grief. If you focus on negativity, you'll see negativity. If you focus on positivity, you'll see positive energies. Then listen to your inner voice. Now this is a very, very important step. When we listen to our inner voice, our guides or angels usually speak through an inner voice within us, and listening to inner voice is a trick. Why? Because at times what happens is, your mind starts kind of playing with you, and you get confused whether it is your inner voice, or whether it is your intuition, or whether it is your emotion or thought. Now if you're thinking about something continuously, and a thought is coming about that, it most probably it will be your thought, because you're thinking about that thing continuously. Intuition happens when something comes to you suddenly, like if you see this is Queen of Pentacles, and there is a rabbit. Now rabbit would come like suddenly, right? It will just come, jump and move away. So Queen of Queen of Pentacle happens when something happens very, very suddenly. It's not a process which is kind of happening very slowly. Queen of Swords, now a lot of feminine energy. So feminine energy is very, why feminine energy is coming in that this zone is because feminine energy is said to be very unpredictable, right? It can happen anytime. She can do anything. Feminine energy is very, very unpredictable that ways, and that is why the intuition will come like that. You're not predicting it already. You're not thinking about it already. It will suddenly come, and you need to have patience. Again, you need to have patience with it. And you also, for segregation, what you can do is, in the beginning you can write down. You can write down if a thought is coming into your mind, and if you want to see if it is your intuition or whether it is your thought, you can actually write it down, and later on you'll be able to figure out if this is true or not. How this confusion works is, I can give you an example. For example, say you thinking somebody will connect with you, or just a thought comes into your mind that my phone is going to ring and somebody is going to connect with me right now, and you go pick up your phone and somebody calls you. Now it's your intuition, but what will happen is, next time your mind will start playing with you. Is the phone coming? Oh, somebody is calling you. And then you will see that it didn't happen. When it didn't happen, you'll think that first time it was a coincidence. So what you need to do? Get control of your wild thoughts. Get control over your mind. When you get control over your mind, that is when you truly connect with your intuition. What is the next step? Next step is you will, so there are multiple ways where you will be able to connect with your guides and angels. At times it will be just a thought in your mind. At times it will be a whisper in your ears. At times it can be seeing them or seeing the souls. It can be different ways, but it is a slow process. You'll have to have patience, you'll have to have faith, and you will have to move along the process, because like I said, it's not that is happening in this age. It's happening in multiple births of yours, from multiple ages of yours, and that is why the process will be different for everyone. Now, one of the most important factors about this process is, don't compare your journey with anybody else. There will be people who will be able to see the souls. There will be people who will be able to talk to them. There will be people who will have visions. There will be people who will be able to just listen to everything or know everything that future is bringing in. Everybody is at a different stage. There will be people who cannot connect, who don't even know what is happening, right? So everyone is at a different stage, and this is a skill that you can develop, but it has been developing from ages, from births, and only if you focus on your own skill is when you can flourish with that. So I can share an example of myself with you. I don't see souls, okay? I don't see them. I can't talk to them. Without my cards, I can't talk to them, and my guides talk to them like a thought in my head, or a whisper in my ears at times, and mostly through my cards. So it's a different process or a different zone that I am into. If I think about people who are able to listen to, who are able to kind of see the souls, who are able to connect with them or have visions, I might think that, oh, why am I not on that path? Why am I not doing it like that? Because I have my own different journey. I might do that at some point in time in my life, or I might not, because that's a different journey that I have, a different purpose that I have. So wherever you are on your soul journey, don't compare yourself with anybody else. Now, another very important thing that I want to share with you guys is that somebody asked me what are the ceremonies, how do you meditate, what are the ceremonies that you follow. I usually don't have much time to meditate. So what I do is, when I'm doing my household work, I kind of keep on chanting something. So I can kind of keep chanting Gayatri Mantra, Hanuman Chalisa, or whatever I believe in, or whatever I feel like. At times it's just songs, or at times just talking to Sushant's soul. But I continue doing that while I am working on the things that I am working, like doing my daily work. Then when I put my baby to sleep, that's the time when I do like a silent meditation. So at time I just lie down with her and I do a silent meditation where I just focus on my third eye and just focus on what are the voices that I'm listening to, or what are my guides telling me or trying to tell me. When I go to sleep at night, that's the time when I spend some minutes per se to send healings to everybody in the world, to Mother Earth, and put safety circle for everyone and for myself. When I wake up in the morning, again the same thing that I do. I put a safety circle for everyone. I put a safety circle for the world, for Mother Earth, and then I do the healings for everyone. And then during the day, once during the day, like when I make the videos and all, after that I do all chakra meditation, which is like just 7 or 10 minutes. I am going to share that. I've not yet. I'm going to share that after this video. So that's when I do that, and that's the meditation that I follow. So that these are the only things I follow. My daughter is here, give me just 1 second. That is what I do for my meditations or for my connection with my guides and angels. So I don't do any ceremonies as such. Somebody asked me what ceremonies do I follow. I don't have time for it. If you can follow or want to follow anything, I don't know much about these also, because like I said, I've not learned these things anywhere. It's all coming to me as and when from my guides and angels, and that's what I'm doing. So I don't follow anything. If you want to follow any kind of ceremony, if you believe in it, like drumming or dancing or anything, you can do that if you have time. I don't have time, that's why I don't do any of this. But this is my way of connecting with my guides and angels. And I think you would want to see this card. I wouldn't say much about this card, but I think you would want to see this card. There's a card of death that has come. So anyway, so that's the end of the video, and share this video with everyone that you can. I'm sure we have good messages from Sushant as well, but in a different way this time, because he doesn't want to connect particularly for a video, because what the message he kind of gave me is that there are a lot of people who are watching for or waiting for some clarity to come, because this unclarity is kind of helping him to get justice in some way. So he wants that unclarity to be there, and that's why I don't want to answer many questions. So that is it. Share the video with everyone that you can, because the more people know about connecting with guides and angels, the more people can do that. It's the age of Aquarius. Everything is going to happen very fast. I know right now things are slow, but there are fast movements or fast things that are happening behind us which we cannot see. But ultimately, with justice, the age of Aquarius will become much faster. So share this video, subscribe the channel, and I'll give one card to you before we leave. So one message for everyone who's watching. One message for everyone who's watching. What's the message for everyone who's watching? Guides, angels, what's the message for everyone who's watching the video? So the card I have here is High Priestess. High Priestess is again a beautiful, the Hindi video had Ace of Cups, and High Priestess is again a beautiful card. Connect with your guides and angels, connect with your intuition. It's time for you to start doing that, and your intuition will actually help you in multiple ways. So thank you so much. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.